What's going on, everybody's web style? Brian Sav here with another NRW checkpoint. Brian, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself? How you feeling?
I'm good. It's we're heading into a long weekend, so I'm excited about that.
Me too.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
God damn, I'm ready.
There are a lot of games. We cherry picked some highlights and some interesting games this week. I say one thing about switching over to IGN.com for games, since
Okay.
for some look out for Game Informer.
Uh-huh.
There are a whole lot of PC games coming out every single week.
Yeah.
That Game Informer never talked about, so that's
Right.
a little different. But let's start off with arguably the biggest game this week.
Okay.
Star Wars Outlaws on the PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Star Wars Outlaws is an upcoming at the time of recording, comes out tomorrow. Action adventure game developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft, set in the Star Wars universe between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. The story follows Kay Vess, a young scoundrel who assembles a team for a massive heist in order to pay off a criminal syndicate.
Scoundrel.
I'm pretty sure we got some Hutts involved in this one.
Right.
The game is played from a third-person perspective, with the players traversing an open-world environment and engaging in various activities. Of course, it's Star Wars. We have to watch the trailer for that one, so we're definitely watching the trailer.
Definitely. Okay.
Next up, we have a game with a title that I said, oh, we have to watch the trailer for this. This sounds pretty cool.
It does.
And it is Akimbot on the PS5, Xbox Series systems, and PC. In the action-packed platformer Akimbot, blast your way through armies of robots, pilot spaceships, and forge your own path to save the universe from impending doom. Set in a sci-fi world where only robots exist, travel the galaxy and experience non-stop robot mayhem and explosive action. And we are watching a trailer for that one as well.
Okay.
Next up, we had a game that, well, we're not watching a trailer, just seemed interesting, and that is Crypt Keeper. No, I'm getting confused. Crypt Custodian. Crypt Keeper is somebody totally different.
You're right.
On the PS4, 5, Xbox One Series system, Switch, and PC, Crypt Custodian is a charming Metroidvania, of course, about cleaning up the afterlife. Play as Pluto, a mischievous cat who has died and is sentenced to be the afterworld's janitor forever. It's gonna be a sucky job. Hang out with other doom ghosts, battle beasts, and explore a vastly expansive landscape. There are a lot of, well, I say a lot, but there seems to be quite a number of Metroidvanias lately. But Happy Death Day, and I forget there was another one we saw not too long ago that utilized the afterlife and various incarnations of it.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Have a Nice Death. Happy Death Day is a horror movie. They utilize death in some way, shape, or form in the afterlife. So it's interesting. People are able to use such a common plot device and really use it to interpret and make their own worlds up from it. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that's because we don't really know what the afterlife holds like that,
Right.
for real. So that's just a great place, despite the negative connotation. It's a great place to like explore and world build. So
Right.
that's dope.
We go from a Metroidvania to an actual Castlevania. Castlevania, the Dominus collection on PS5, Xbox Series, Switch, and PC. And I have a hard time believing, even though it wasn't listed, that these are on PS4 and Xbox, because these are ports of old games, and it doesn't make sense not to put them there. Anyway,
Right.
3 incredible action adventure games from the Castlevania series have finally returned, and I believe these games were on the DS, if I remember correctly, because
Okay.
some of the other descriptions talked about them being 2D. So I believe they're on the DS. Have finally returned for the first time, but wait, there's more. Haunted Castle Revisited, a redesigned version of the very first Castlevania arcade game, makes its debut. So that is probably the most interesting part of this collection, the Castlevania arcade game, because I don't think that has been released on home consoles ever.
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, and I have a passing remembrance of it, just of watching like sort of Castlevania retrospectives on YouTube. But the game, including that Haunted Castle Revisited, it includes Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, and Castlevania Order of Asilius or Ecclesius. So
Yeah.
That's there. Next up, we have Core Keeper. Now we got a keeper in here. On the PS4, 5, Xbox One, Series Systems, Switch, and PC. Xbox, I am not talking to you. I've said Xbox like a million times. I say it now. That's when it's like, oh, hey, boss,
Yeah.
what you doing? What you want? And it's also dropping on Game Pass day and date. So it's already there now. Awaken as an explorer in a long forgotten cavern teeming with untold secrets in this award-winning 1 to 8 player mining sandbox adventure. Your choices shape an epic journey. Harvest relics and resources, craft advanced tools, build your base, and explore a dramatically, dynamically evolving world waiting to be unearthed. Level up your skills, defeat legendary titans, and unveil the power of the core. Grow your garden, fish in mysterious waters, master a vast array of recipes, raise and care for animals, encounter the cavelings, and carve out your own unique world in an enchanting underground adventure. What is there not to do in this game?
Right. It sounds pretty robust.
Yes, it does. It's like, hey, let's do, like, we just put everything, whatever we can put in this game, that's what we're going to do. Fishing, we got it. Mining, we got it. Whatever it is, we got it.
So it's like I don't know, a more mature or a style of what do you call it? Minecraft, I guess.
I don't know. I gotta check it out. We are not watching the trailer for this one, but I might check it out just because on Game Pass, see what it's about. But again, we are watching a trailer of which, with a name like this, we had to watch the trailer. Gori, Cuddly, Carnage on the PS4, 5, Xbox One, Series System, and PC. Now get this. Humanity has been destroyed, and it's up to Gori, along with his deadly but wise-cracking sentient hoverboard, Frank, and morose AI companion, Chip, CH1P, to slay the evil, adorable army with lethal combos fueled by insatiable demand. Cool Toys Inc. created Ultra Pets, the ultimate companions that never hunger, never require bathroom breaks, and are impervious to the ravages of time. Little did anyone expect the mutation that transformed these perfect pets into twisted toys straight from your nightmares, hell-bent on wiping out mankind. So yeah, we had to watch the trailer for that one.
Yeah, you know, sounds cuddly enough.
Exactly. Let's see how gory it gets.
Right.
Next up, we have another Gundam game. This is another Gundam's been a series that's been around since as long as I've been alive. So of course, there's always a new video game based on Gundam. Ever popular, but it's Gundam Breaker 4. I didn't know there were 1, a 2, and a 3. Did you?
No.
Okay. You learn something new every day. It's on the PS4, 5, Switch, and PC. Create your own ultimate Gundam in the newest Gundam Breaker with more customizable parts than ever before. You finally have the freedom to build your perfect gunpla. Okay, that's what they're called. I thought it was just Gundams. Anyway, test it in battle using the brand new dual weapon system. Break parts off of your enemies and add them to your collection. So I'm assuming you're building them and then you're fighting against people.
Right.
Okay. Sounds cool. Sounds like a Gundam game I want to play.
Right. You know what's crazy about the Gundam franchise? I feel like they, I don't know, for some reason, I just feel like they haven't quite made the Gundam game that lives up to like the anime and everything. I don't know. I played a few of them. Most recently was like Maxi Boost 7,000, something like that. And I was like, you would think, because you know Gundam is what it is, like you would enjoy being, you know, super creative, building your own Gundam, taking it out, fighting other people and all that other stuff. But for some reason, I don't know, I just feel like something is missing all the time. I don't know.
Understood.
But I don't know. I think Gundam is a cool concept. Maybe they need to go turn-based, but then I'm pretty sure they have a turn-based Gundam game. I don't know what it is, what mechanics.
That sounds interesting.
At it. Yeah. I don't know. But I don't know. That was just a random thought. But I like Gundam, so I'm gonna at least check the trailer. We watching the trailer?
No, we're not watching the trailer for that one.
I'm gonna watch the trailer on my own free and figure out if there's something I want to play, because I don't know. I just feel like it's a perfect. They got all the right ingredients, but I don't think they mixing the cake right. I don't know.
Understood. Well, last but not least, we have a new entry into Vaunted Mana series. It's Visions of Mana on the PS5, Xbox Series System, and PC. Visions of Mana is a brand new title in the series revolving around the sacred sword and mana. The protagonist Val and his childhood friend Hina, the newly appointed Alm of Fire, set off on a journey to the Mana Tree. This game's iconic, vibrant, and vast semi-open field contains adorable yet ferocious monsters. Adorable yet ferocious? It almost sounds like an oxymoron, but we've seen some things over the years, so I'll give it to him. Allowing you to enjoy swift three-dimensional battles using the power of the elements. Though adventures with friends met along the way, they start to see the truth about the world. Must we accept our fates? And that's Visions of Mana. And our first trailer is we're going to a galaxy far, far away. Star Wars Outlaws. Had to have a rank on there, right?
Vess, the underworld's favorite new scoundrel. This is your
like they say that about all the Star Wars.
I know, right? Somebody says that.
57 million credits, and I can get you inside.
Get in. How about getting out? This job, it's a death wish.
Your lives are over. Your family, friends, gone. There's nowhere in the galaxy you can hide.
You want to live? Get in with the underworld's most dangerous syndicates. And pull off the greatest heist the Outer Rim has ever seen.
I'm in.
Good old Ubisoft.
Can we talk for a second?
Let's go.
Who is paying extra money to play a game 3 days early?
I
know people do. Who are these people? For real.
I'm one of
that serious?
I'm one of the people.
What game did you pay to play early?
The Hogwarts Legacy. I definitely had the early access for that game. That's only one though. Okay. I get your sentiments, so I can see where road you're about to travel down, and I agree. The incentive was they was giving you some special items, and I was excited to play the game. It was my birthday gift to myself, so I was like, sure.
That's a little different. Look, you are not one of those people that, I won't say people habitually, but like when Starfield came out and all these people are paying extra money.
Yeah, I don't get that.
For something they don't own. Like that's look, if I'm paying for a physical, like, because the only special edition of a game I've ever purchased is the Robotech Battlecry game back in the day. Physical edition. Joy came with a T-shirt with Skull One. I had a dog tag. There was something else that came in the box, and I think at the time, I paid up maybe $100 for it. It had to be about $70. Because what games were like $49.99 back in the Xbox One era,
the real good old days.
So it must have been like $70, right? The only special edition I ever bought. But I got all the extra stuff that I still had. The game, look, I can't even play the game, but I will not part with that game anymore. Okay. But my point is, I get it then. I get it now if I buy a special edition and I get all the stuff, and I get 3 days early.
Yeah, that's what it was for me with the Harry Potter. Like,
did you get physical stuff? Or was it digital?
No, it was digital, but it was like that's highest tier of the edition.
That's my question about these things. It's like, I understand the world we're in, and I don't want to get too much on the tangent.
Yeah.
I understand the world because I want to talk to you about something else later. It's off topic.
Okay.
Idea I have. But it's a digital, and they can literally take it from you when they feel like it. Yeah. So I have a hard time wrapping my head around giving them extra money for things that don't exist to play this game 3 days to a week early just to do. I'm like, I'm good. But
yeah.
To each his own.
No. You're right now. You're right to your point. You're right. And like I said, that was a one-time thing. I'm a Harry Potter fan, so it is what it is. And yeah, I was excited for the game, and I was okay. 3 days early, I paid, but I think it was like extra $20, and you get all this like extra like cosmetic features and things like stuff that's not real. And I've done that before with physical media. I think one of these, maybe Kingdom Hearts 2, I bought like the whole shit because I knew I was gonna like the game.
Right.
But yeah, it's weird. I didn't say I felt like great about it, and honestly, it really wasn't my money, so I didn't care.
Well, hey, it wasn't your money. It don't matter.
Right. I had a gift card, so I was like, why not? But I was like, this is a question I have myself often. Like, what are you getting? Early access and then physical or digital things that you may or may not find a way to collect in your own psyche. And then it's like, after you're done playing the game, like, what did you get from that?
Exactly.
That's like Spider-Man 2. Like you could have paid money to get the game early and have all this other stuff, but I was like, I know I'm gonna enjoy the game, but I don't feel called to do that because none of this stuff is real.
Right.
So I'm with you on that. I definitely understand because it's not like back in the day with physical media. Like you actually were getting things and having collector's items that you only could get if you pre-order or you know what I'm saying. Like, I get it. I don't know. I'm just confused.
I think that what you described is perfectly understandable. It wasn't your money, but I think I'm skewing more toward those that habitually do this sort of thing. And I'm not calling anybody out, but look, Call of Duty is now on Game Pass.
Yeah.
You can pay to play it early and you not own the thing. You're just paying to play it early. They did the same thing with Starfield. I see people doing that every single year because of Call of Duty.
Which
those
same game.
People that I'm like, why?
Yeah, I don't.
Why are you doing? But that's to each his own. I look, do what you want to do. I don't get it. Personally speaking, I don't get it
either. Because like I said, it's not something I make practice out of. Like I don't do it habitually. I'm not a constant of this thing. It's just, I could understand it for those who grew up in this time period where they didn't really have access to digital media. Because we need to think about it. These game discs and things, they've gone out of like popular mainstream ways to play the game for a while. We've been downloading games on our consoles for quite some time now.
Yeah.
So I can understand like the newer folks coming into the situation, but yeah, like what are you getting? And if you are getting something that you appreciate and that you like, cool, that's your business. But it's like, I don't want to pay extra.
I feel you.
But yeah, what's the next trailer? What are we watching?
Next up, we have Akimbot.
Akimbot.
Call me Shipset. What's your ID?
Lexi.
Just follow my plan and we're home free. 3, 2, 1, duck!
Evilware fled to a planet. He's been building his awful army and plotting to acquire the artifact.
Bad guy's hiding in a volcano. Oh, why can't it ever be a regular beach?
I might have to play this. Oh yeah. This is really, it's like I'm getting Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter kind of vibes from this.
Yeah,
I like these
definitely.
You're in Britain now, Featherface.
Killing teddy bears now?
Ship set. Where's on the warpath?
Yeah, where the teddy bears at? They in the suit? Oh wait, that's the other game. Okay. Okay. Now see that what right there where they be like, oh, wish list this now or like pre-save it. I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that just to get notification like your game is finally purchasable and then I'll get it. But the pre-order thing where you actually put in money, more money down than the game actually costs just so you could play it like 3 days early and get a couple skins. Oh no. But this game looks really, really dope. I
agree. It looks, and just playing like Crash a couple weeks ago on Game Bites, check it out. NRW is up there now. We were talking about it last time. It's interesting seeing platformers and how they've changed and evolved. I won't say changed and evolved because, when I talked about Crash, I talked about how, that's literally a contemporary of Mario 64, and Mario 64 is still one of the best 3D platformers ever in existence. And it's been almost 30 years now since that game came out.
I agree.
But you see something like this that takes a lot of those platforming elements that we all know, 3D platforming, but they put a different twist on it, or they take some conventions like you talked about, you get kind of a Jack and Daxter vibe, a Ratchet and Clank, especially because of the sidekicks, even a Banjo-Kazooie sort of vibe, and you make something new with it. And I think that's all we're asking for. And that's why I think you and I both feel like, oh, this is a pretty cool looking title with something we could definitely like to play. Because it takes the things we know and puts a new twist on it while not taking us into a realm that's totally unfamiliar.
Right. And I think the gaming, the industry as a whole, I should say, they should really like pick up on that and take cues from that. The days where battle royales are like the leading genre, like we could put that in the trash can. Like, sure, people are still playing Apex and Fortnite and shit like that. That's great. Those games are good, but those games are also like very much one of one, and they revolutionized that genre in a specific way to where it makes sense that they've been, sustaining.
Yes.
We need games like this though. And I get excited when I see stuff like Akimbot because it just makes me feel like, oh, this is a potential for a new IP to develop into something massive that, takes over the industry and has the Crash Bandicoot Mario effect or whatever, where we can talk about it years down the line. I'm excited for stuff like that because that for me makes me feel like the creativity and the longevity in gaming is not being diminished by these like quick cash grab or, oh, we just gonna make games because this genre is popular right now. Like, there's people still out here creating games that, ultimately they want us to have memories and experience with that stick with us for a lifetime. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna check Akimbot out.
Right, definitely. Next up, we have hopefully a game that doesn't give us too many nightmares. It's Gori, Cuddly, Carnage.
Peggy 16.
What in the Lord?
Oh, the game is weird. Wait. Oh, he's wearing that. Cats like to look at flashy stuff. Oh, this looks kind of cool. Like the same cat from the Stray game.
It does.
I was about to say.
Okay, this is one of those games where you see it, you say they were definitely taking something, making this game and creating. They were taking something.
Absolutely,
mushroom something.
Yeah, like this need otherworldly creativity to pull this off.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I'm glad. I think they were, and I hope that they were, because the second game, because I know it's gonna get a number 2. It got to. It better be just as creative and unique. But this another game. It goes back to what we was just talking about with the creativity and longevity and stuff. It looked like another type of Akimbot, but it got a whole different aesthetic and vibe to it.
Right. They took a genre we know and just made a new spin on it. Add a new coat of paint, something new, something different. Brian, but I'll tell you though, if they were not taking drugs when making this game, come an idea, I think we should be very worried about the game developers and their mental states.
Absolutely. I feel like this, if you weren't doing anything making this game, then I have to believe you are under a lot of pressure, and you probably need to go sit down and talk to somebody.
Yeah, definitely talk to somebody. Maybe being committed too.
Yeah, find you a way to get you some reeling, because this is different. But I like it though. I really appreciate the variety and just them giving us something different. I was thinking about it not too long ago, because I was going through, with the PlayStation Premium tier, whatever, you have access to all. Same thing with whatever Xbox.
Xbox Live. Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, you could go back and get the old games and stuff like that. So I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I want to play Sly Cooper. I want to play Ratchet and Clank, the ones that I didn't get a chance to play, because there's a bunch of games in that series. Like I'm going back and getting all these old like platformers and action adventure games. So I'm like, it's interesting. As much time and effort as I put into a game like Overwatch or Apex or something like that. Like, it's interesting that the RPGs, the action adventure games, the turn-based battle system type games, these platformers, these are the ones that are like sticking. And I'm going back even decades later and be like, I never did get a chance to play Sly Cooper when it was coming out. I'm finna play the whole series since I got it for free now. Right. I think we need to stick with that, because I like what we just seen with Akimbot. And then what was the name of this one? Monkeys and
this one was Gori, Cuddly, Carnage.
Okay, which it fit. I saw all of that.
Yep, exactly. Well, next up, we have the return of a very well-known legacy RPG series. It is Visions of Mana.
Uh-oh. And shout out to companies like Square Enix and Ubisoft that are just like, we see what the rest of the industry is doing, but we're going to stick to the shit that's like
sacred duty,
actually game.
Their soul to the tree of mana. They ensure life and prosperity for the rest of us.
Oh, this look good.
We can't
I have to say, we've talked about these 3D like, where does the Dragon Quest art style really making the game unique and the way it's
looks like this will carry me where I need to go. Grant me power!
Your end.
As long as I have friends on this journey who need me, I'll continue to serve them as the Soul Guard. I'm in charge of my own destiny.
Okay.
all right.
Now, is this a new title, Visions of Mana?
Yes, it's brand new.
Okay, cool. That look like it's up my alley. A little I don't want to say knockoff, but a Final Fantasy like game that has its own personality based on what I saw. Dope.
All righty. Well, that's it for the games this week, Brian. What's going on with you, man?
I am about to put out a new episode of the Talk+Play Blurred Pod. We are discussing Batman Cape Crusader on Prime Video. I finally finished this. Well, not finally, just it ain't been out that long, but I finished the season here recently, and I was thoroughly impressed with storytelling here, even though clearly this is another iteration of a Batman origin story. I just really like the way that they did it. So I'm kind of going into that, giving my thoughts and opinions on that and the character development, and just my excitement for season 2. If you saw, did you watch Batman Cape Crusader?
I have to binge it before my free trial ends in like 2 days.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's
So
doable.
I'll probably be doing that tomorrow.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. Episodes, they're 25 to 30 minutes long. It's only 10.
Right.
So definitely doable. But I'm talking about like by the time episode 2 was halfway through, I'm like, oh no, they yeah. If you grew up on the Dark Knight series, the cartoon from back, what's that, 90s or late 80s?
Yeah, 90s. I think it came out 92 because Batman Returns came out 92, and I believe the cartoon debuted that fall.
Okay. Yeah, so if you like that, you're gonna really enjoy and appreciate this because it's
Bruce Timm did it, so it makes sense.
Exactly. Very similar art style. They did a lot of. I just really like the way that they did the characters. We got Catwoman in there, but it's not the sexy Catwoman that we get to know and love. It's literally the beginning. But whatever, you'll watch it. Either way, that's what we're talking about, and that's pretty much it. What about you? What you got coming out?
There's a lot of stuff going on. So my content, my coverage of Atlantic Comic-Con has been dropping. So since the last time we talked, I think Millennial Comics interview dropped. Also dropped new Game Bites, Guardian Heroes, which is up on NRW and Webster Style. And also Crash Bandicoot is up on NRW as well. I dropped a new episode with Ren of Ren's Playtime Corner talking about side chicks. Also dropped an interview with Generate Comics from Atlantic Comic-Con, and then coming up at the time of this recording, we have the All Negroes comics panel hosted by the Black Lords podcast, and then a cosplay contest, and then the full retrospective with all the interviews, all the panels, all the contests, as well as a lot of behind the scenes footage, still full footage. So all that's going to be out in the next couple of days as well, and a couple of interviews lined up as well that'll be coming out. There's a lot going on, man. A lot going on.
Okay.
But you guys know where you are. Nerds Blue War. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at the NRW. Excuse me. That's X at the NRW. On Instagram at New News Wednesday. Get it straight, Elder. Yeah, follow us on socials. No TikTok as of yet. Kuya P, get on that. And make sure you follow us here on YouTube if you're not followed already. Give us a follow, give us a like, and more importantly, give us a subscribe.
Yes.